Today we're going to have fun with a microwave. We're going to have fun with a microwave in a different way than what people would normally have fun with. Some people like to put stuff in the microwave and blow stuff up, but we're going to do something different. We're not going to blow anything up today. We're actually going to take this microwave apart. Of course, you always want to have the power unplugged. There's 1 screw, 2 screws, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws here. And there's a screw on that side, and there's no screw on that side. But these are security bit screws. So they make it so you don't tamper with it. And they don't want you to open this up and get yourself hurt. Well, we're going to open it up to see if we can find something. This monstrosity right here is what's called a transformer. And that is a capacitor. You don't want to touch it. It could store voltages and could be lethal. So we're going to discharge it. We're not going to discharge it, we're going to unplug it from there. Transformer is unplugged from them. Okay. And should be it. You got your main coming in here. I'm going to unplug this. Actually, I'm going to leave my black and white wires there if possible. Well, I decided I wanted to talk about how this worked, actually, a little bit, from what I understand. This here is called the magnetron. It's a microwave. It shoots out microwaves to your food, and that allows stuff to cook. I'm not going to mess with that. That's potentially deadly if you have it towards yourself or whatever. I believe it could cause cancer. Don't quote me on that. However, you have your dials and stuff up front, and here's your ground, which is to that switch right there. If you can see that, that's a switch right there. So whenever this makes and breaks the switch, you're making it break in the ground, providing a path for electricity. I thought that was kind of cool to show that. It's different. And I like how they have the terminal things there. You can actually plug into that. So let's just have an original power cord. I see down here it has the same dial connection down below here. So I can actually just plug this straight into the transformer. And once I get this out, I'll show you what to do next. Actually, what you don't need to do is anything that I'm doing. You just need to enjoy the show. This is dangerous for anybody to try, and I do not encourage you to do this. It's high voltage. See that? It says danger, high voltage. So, do not attempt this at home. I said before about this thing can cause cancer. For continued protection against excessive radiation emission, replace only with type 15/16 amp 125 250 AC micro switch. This was taped right here, so this radiates or emits radiation to your food. So the danger is when this thing is turned on, not by handling it. So the rest of this is garbage. We have the transformer out. Next is 2 tablespoons of baking soda and a glass of water. When you're going to do it, you're going to stir it up. I've already got my ground here. Got this attached. Got that attached to there. Like I said, don't try this at home. Power's not applied yet. When I plug this in, the switch would be turned off. I would be standing a great distance away from it, and you'll be watching live what happens. Make sure nothing's plugged in. And this is all you do. What this is, or does, once you let it dry just a little bit, I'm not going to do it while it's completely soaked like that. This acts like the electrolyte light you would have in a capacitor. I'm not going to let it dry completely, just enough that it's moist and so it's not this surface water here. But we're going to try it the way it is. I would use clamps like that instead of this. A better connection. We'll see what happens though. As you can see, it's emitting smoke. And it's doing what they said it would do. It's not emitting a lot of smoke. So let's turn power off. Unplug it. In my hand, I'm going to apply power. See what happens. I just got this saturated, water standing. Well, that's very corrosive. Okay, puts out a lot of smoke. A lot of smoke. Probably should do this outside. Oh jeez. That's insane. I'm not sure what it'll do when it's the middle touch. Now I'm going to unplug it. Power's unplugged. That is wild. Wow. Let's see what happens when you wash it up. Don't get offended by this. It's a cheap piece of wood. I do a lot of laser engraving. I just so happen to have one that's shaped in a cross. I don't mean to have it upside down, but that's just the way it is right now. So, let's see what happens. I let the other piece dry. We're going to see what this one does. Power's in my hand. The amount of smoke that it emits is just insane. And it's very bright. I'm going to turn it down and off to keep the flames at bay. You can see this, the spiders are actually leaving the ceiling because of the smoke. It's kind of cool. Let's try this again. And that's what happens when you allow the two paths to meet. Cool. A flame. Cyan arc, that's what that was. and I caught it just in time. You can see carbon etched like a trace, and this is what this is. It's just a carbon trace. Power is off. And when you have carbon as a trace, it takes the least resistance. Electricity takes the least resistance of the path. So when we have this transformer, it's got 1,000 volt output, and only 120 volts input. That's what you'll see of that part. When I cut it off just in time, could have had a nice little fireball here. So I'm going to wash this up, and we're going to look at them and see what they look like after they're dry. Completely dry, but I washed them, and you can actually see the little spider effects. It's kind of cool. Now you might wonder why my fascination of electricity and hot fire. Well, if you watched my videos in the past, you'll notice that I'm highly interested in working on electronics and different sorts of things with high voltage. I just took and washed it out with this garden hose, and you can see how in detail it got deep into it, the wood. It's actually going to be kind of cool. I'm going to do something with this live. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I saw it on the video. I thought it was neat. I'm going to leave this like it is. I think that's neat looking at how it is. So keep yourself grounded down here. Anyway, we're going to do a trick to this I saw in another video, and it pertained to using this propane torch here. Fire, electricity, and high voltage. That's what I'm all about. So, what we're going to do is, probably be better if the wood was dry. I'm actually browning the sides, the edges. Kind of give it that antique look. You should know, as a kid, they took my lighters away and took my matches away. Dangerous hobbies. Hopefully you can hear me. And with that, created that. A low battery signal on my phone. Is that pretty cool? Can't really see the electricity in this view because of the lighting, but it kind of gives you that charcoal antique look. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something about high voltage and electricity, and using a basic electrolyte with baking soda, water, and a very, very, very dangerous high voltage transformer. Do not try this at home. I should not stress that enough. Do not try this at home. It's not something safe for anybody to use. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. I'll see you next time.